Time has never touched me. Though I appeared within it, walked its dusty paths, felt the sun rise and set upon my skin, I am that which observes the clock, not the hands that move. Welcome to my journey of non-duality. If you seek to break the illusion of the mind, walk with me till the end, not through the story of a man, but through the dissolving of one, the dissolving of the mind's illusion. The scent of river mud and warm milk, my mother's face, a universe of worry and fierce love. Even then, I felt it, a dissonance. The deep comfort of her embrace, yet a sharper, brighter, knowing whispering, "This is not your home." Attachment, like thick vines, beautiful yet binding. The world shimmered with a borrowed light. At 8, the pull became unbearable. It was like a crocodile catching my foot in the river. My cry was real. It was the fear of ignorance, a profound urgency for the truth. Let me go, or let me drown in ignorance. My plea to her was truth wrapped in necessity. Only the sacred thread of renunciation could sever the grip of the primal attachment. Her tearful nod wasn't permission given, but a bond lovingly, painfully released. I didn't leave her. I stepped towards the self she also was, beneath the role of mother. Mountains taught me stillness, rivers taught me flow, but the words of my guru, they were the mirrors. He didn't give answers, he shattered questions. Who are you? Not the son, not the boy, not even the seeker. Strip it all. Beneath the layers of identity, what remains? The intellect became my scalpel, dissecting experience. Every sensation, every thought, every feeling, I traced them back, relentlessly. Where did they arise? In the quiet space before thought. What witnessed them? Something untouched, unchanging. The scriptures weren't rules, they were maps pointing to a territory beyond words. My commentaries weren't inventions, they were excavations, clearing the debris of misunderstanding from ancient wells of wisdom. The fire wasn't anger, but the heat of clarity burning away confusion. I walked the length of this land, not to conquer, but to clarify. The debates, they seem like battles. Imagine facing a dense fog. Logic, precise and sharp, was the wind I used to disperse it. Opposing views were not enemies. They were facets of the very ignorance I sought to dispel within myself. Each challenger offered me a different mask the mind wears. My aim was never victory over the person, only the liberation of the idea that trapped them. To dismantle the intricate cages built by thought, brick by logical brick. The fierceness came from compassion, seeing them struggle in prisons of their own making. The silence after the debate was the true teaching. When words exhausted themselves, only the unspoken reality remained, palpable. That silence was the answer. The queens challenged me. How can you speak of worldly bonds if you've never felt them? A fair point, rooted in the mind's logic. Words alone wouldn't suffice. Knowledge needed embodiment. I entered the dead king's body. It was a profound exercise in identity. Consciousness, pure and unattached, descended into the memory-laden vessel of kingship. The weight of the crown, the surge of power, the allure of lust. I experienced them all, intensely, vividly. Yet, through it all, like a steady flame in a gale, the witness remained. I felt the pleasures, the burdens, the fleeting nature of it all without becoming them. Returning to my own form was not an escape, but a reaffirmation. Experience happens to the apparatus of body and mind, not to the self. Sensuality, power, They are costumes consciousness can wear, yet never is. The scent of sickness, of impending departure, my mother's hut, the rule of the renunciant, sever all ties. Yet the deeper truth pulsed within. Who is there to sever? What ties exist if everything is one? Performing her last rites wasn't breaking a vow, it was fulfilling duty seen through the lens of the Absolute. Was she my mother? In the relative world, yes, the source of this body. Ultimately, she was consciousness itself, taking a particular form, now returning. To deny her the comfort of my presence in her final moments, clinging to a rule born of duality that would have been ignorance, washing her feet, lighting the pyre. These acts weren't personal. They were an offering to the Divine Mother in her form as the woman who bore this vessel. The tears that fell were human, witnessed by the timeless. A quiet certainty settled early. This play of form would be brief, only 32 years. A blink. Yet within that blink, an immense urgency. Not the anxiety of time running out, but the clarity of a purpose shining brighter because of the perceived limit. It focused the mind, honed the will. Why linger when the message is clear? Temples organized, lineages established, texts written, not to build monuments to a man, but to create rafts for seekers caught in the river of illusion. Every action was infused with the knowledge, this appearance is temporary, the truth it points to is not. The body tires, the mind wearies, but the self simply is. The work wasn't driven by fear of death, but by the boundless love for the eternal within all. I lived knowing the lamp would soon exhaust its oil, so I let it burn as brightly as possible to illuminate the way. Here lies the heart of it, often missed. I never rejected the world. How could I? It arises from consciousness, as consciousness. It's like a dream. Everything seems real in the dream. You feel fear, lust, thrill, joy, sorrow, but it's only the illusion of the mind. To get past that illusion, you just need to wake up. It's like mistaking a rope for a snake. Although the snake seems real, it's just a projection of the mind. The world isn't the problem. Our misperception of it as fragmented, separate, independently existing, that is the illusion. The mind paints division onto the seamless canvas of consciousness. Non-dualism isn't nihilism, it's the ultimate realism. And detachment isn't cold indifference or lazy inaction. It is action performed with understanding, without the chains of "I am the doer" and "this is mine." True detachment is the natural state when one sees the actor and the action as movements within the self, not of the self. It allows for fierce engagement without inner turmoil, profound compassion without personal entanglement. Liberation isn't a distant prize. It's the recognition of here and now, that you are, and always have been, the boundless, unchanging awareness behind the flickering screen of thought, feeling, and sensation. You are not the thought, "I am bound." You are the space in which that thought appears and vanishes. The body, this instrument of teaching, grows weary. The breath becomes a quiet tide. There is no fear. How can there be? Fear belongs to the mind anticipating its own end. But I am not the mind. I am the ocean, knowing the wave is returning. The cold air, the chants, the faces, all appear within the vastness. The final letting go isn't an effort. It's a natural relaxation, like a sigh. The sense of being a separate entity, the great project of Adi Shankara, dissolves like salt in water. What remains is only the pure, limitless, silent knowing. The self that was never born, never acted, never taught, never died. The flame merges with the fire from which it sprang. The mind's great illusion is its insistence that you are small, separate, bound by time and circumstance. It spins stories of a past to regret and a future to fear, trapping you in a narrow cell of me and mine. My life, this confession, points to one simple, revolutionary fact. You are the awareness that reads these words. You are the silent witness behind every thought, every feeling, every sensation of your life. You are not the content of your mind. You are the container. The thinker is a thought. The feeler is a feeling. Both arise within you, the unchanging knower. Break the illusion not by fighting the mind, but by shifting your gaze from its flickering images to the boundless, timeless screen upon which they play. Realize you are the screen, ever present, ever free, ever whole.